Yeah, see, look at him.
Yeah, much
Dasher is
closer.
very far away from his computer.
Yeah, that guy is reclined and relaxed.
Yeah, he's locked in, just in a different way. PSG though, their time to see if they can bounce back after SoftBank managed to, after a Game 1 defeat. They've decided to lock in the same mid-jungle duo as PSG lost on in the last series, but Junjia this time, he's getting his Vi. We've seen him have a lot of success on the champ. Rumble as well, it's hard to ever bet against that champ.
Yeah, I forgot PSG were actually blue side this game, so dives are going to be a little bit harder onto the Smolder alley. Much easier to dive a red side bot lane, just because of how much access you have.
That's true.
But we're going to learn a lot just based off where the junglers start. It looks like they're both just going to start top and path down. Will Forest look for an invade this game? Vi is pretty weak in these early levels. Talia pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, on top side, probably not immediately, but you could, in theory, finish 1 or 2 camps and look for a invade, because it should by then be Rumble with advantage as well as the Karma. Hook lands by Vista, and
yeah, nice buffer on the Q, the alley Q for Woody to proc his Aftershock too and prevent that from being too horrific of a trade.
Yeah, that was a fast reaction.
Yeah, out of fog,
Oh
right?
my, again, this guy's a beast. There is no way I'm ever doing that, by the way.
Yeah. Betty not taking a combat sum this game, just takes TP.
Yeah, I like the Smolder with TP better. You're gonna get dove. This is just a fact of picking Smolder. You are getting dove at some point. Have the TP, you can get back to lane, and you may give over a kill, but at least you're still getting the farm, still getting the stacks.
Yeah, Dasher with Prio in this lane so far. Once Karma gets some levels in Q, I think that should be going her way.
In general, yeah. It depends, I guess, how the lane is going, but it should be. RJ with Prio in his lane, absolutely no surprises whatsoever. And we're seeing this again. Oh, Junjia will get it with an auto attack.
Gets the big one, but I think Forrest got all of the little raptors. And
oh, he is walking into a Vi now, though.
Yeah, I think you're still okay. Your bot lane is coming first.
Yeah, that was a short trade, and Vi's always going to win those. So, well done by Junjia. Should be able to pick himself up this red buff now, and it's a good bit of tempo there for Forest. I think the difference between this game and the last time he looked for this is you're both going to the same side of the map anyway.
Yeah, so you just steal some camps, and
yeah,
if you can clear your whole jungle, you are just up a bit of CS, but he might not get a chance to before this crab is up. Junjia would be suicidal to contest this crab, I think. Smolder, not very helpful in these fights at this point. Ali, honestly, not that great either.
Maple
going for the RW to negate some of that damage coming through from Dasher.
Kind of surprising considering how high health he is.
Yeah, and how much damage just the Mantra Q does.
This is a disaster.
Yeah, Junjia is coming as well.
Yeah, we almost one-shot the ward. Thought we were going to get a
Yeah, anyone can get it once Rumble overheats. One-shot wards, towers, tanks. Junjia not interested in collapsing.
Oh, flash. The tether's going to land, and Junjia's going to be able to land this knock-up. Dasher might be in trouble. Dasher is in trouble. And this is the power of Junjia on Vi. You expect him to start looking for kills at level 6. Wrong. Level 4 is all he needs.
Yeah, that's the Junjia we're used to seeing. Just getting a kill, level 4, level 3.
An illegal kill.
Yeah, and it was off of Dasher. Just he's been over-aggressing. Playing very aggressively to stay in this lane.
That's 3 from 3 now that we've witnessed. If I'm this Alistair into Nautilus, if you give me 100 games, I'm probably cancelling or hitting the Q on a Nautilus jump.
Wow,
maybe once.
Dasher uses W without E up there, so he has no hope of getting a reset on his jump. And that is over a 20-second cooldown at this point in the game. Maple just flashes to confirm this kill onto him. And yeah, very close to his tower, but yeah, just goes down. Tries to get the E onto Maple to reset his dash. Now, he's gonna be okay in this lane. Has the dash to keep himself safe. So isn't gonna be missing his flash too much.
G will claim himself one of those Void Grubs. And maybe even more now that he is pretty strong. He is a tunneler. It's Lost chapter available for Maple too, and Maple pushing in that wave, even managing to land the Q.
Yeah, and now looks like Karma is getting the prio in this lane. Doesn't hurt to get a gank. Woody is here to match a roam from Vista.
Forest has flash, and oh my god, Maple, you demon! He gets himself a second.
Yeah, Forest
somehow
just loses.
that roots.
Yeah, he just loses his nerve, and I mean, flashes early or late, I can't really tell, but barely in the tether range. Goes down with his whole team here to help him. Oh, we've seen this before.
Yeah. Oh, Evie!
Oh, wow.
Comes up trumps, and Junji is not going to be in range, especially if that ghost popped, and Evie's actually trying to turn it around.
Relax.
He's healing.
He's so low on the Cassante, still running at this Vi. Okay, we were worried about the Cassante in this matchup, but Aja actually goes down.
I see why he picked it.
Yeah. Junji are going to pick up all 3 Void Grubs here. Looks like Dragon traded.
Yeah, okay, he is going to get them.
Yeah, just pulling them out of the pit, I guess. And Talia is going to pick up the Dragon.
I want to see what happened top. How does it look like that?
Yeah, that should be a good fight. Evie is level 5, so Aja's getting super aggressive.
How does he get 6? One of these minions?
No, the melee minion goes down. He's still not 6. Gets it off the cannon, yeah.
Nice
Aja's dodging. And usually Rumble just stands AFK and hits here, but Evie just stat checks him. Not often you see a Rumble stat checked. Aja dodged every Q3 there and still goes down.
Aja actually dodges everything and just still dies.
Yeah, okay. Always good when your top laner can make Cassante look broken.
And now the solo kills in the series are 1-1 in the top lane.
Yeah, revenge, right?
Yep. But it was the top laner who got the solo kill last game that did lose. So
we'll
see how those stats continue on.
Yeah, that with the thumbs up too.
Yeah, and the Nautilus.
Yeah, and the Nautilus. Wow, stats just completely stacked against SoftBank this game, as Aja takes a rough trade, but he's Rumble at the end of the day, so gets plenty of damage back. Onto Evie, who is going to get a lot of value out of his magic resist this game, right? He can probably go 2 MR items early game, just not worried about the Smolder, right? Until he's at about the 20-minute mark. Yeah,
but Smolder tends to get the 2 items online at about 2.5 items, which is what you should be concerned about. What he could do, and what I think would make a lot of sense, is go for the Kanik or whichever MR item you want, and then just go Jaksho second.
Yeah.
Because this is never ever an Iceborne Gauntlet game.
Yeah, you just can't build it this game with double AP solo lane.
So it probably should just be Jaksho second. That way you get the armor. It amplifies your magic resist anyway, as well as your armor. Bit of health.
Oh, wow. Aja just zoned off his wave. And
yeah, he has Equalizer, so if he wants this wave, he can absolutely gobble it up for himself, but he's feeling scared.
Yeah,
I think he should just use the ult. He did use the ult.
And Evie's not going to try hold the wave or anything. He is just going to take the Rumble, though he may actually be. Yeah, he's holding the wave still. Aja no TP. Oh, what a disaster. He's going to lose another wave now to this freeze.
And a pink ward.
Yeah, I mean, he's still up CS. He's doing fine. It's just probably the XP going Cassante's way is going to be rough for him. And
yeah, Rumble not the most resource-hungry champion in the world.
Yeah, First Strike will help him out.
Yeah, and you kind of spike it like 1 item.
Yeah.
1 item, 2 items. You're kind of at peak Rumble.
Yeah, surprising amount of utility on the ult, even if it's not going to do a lot of damage if you're behind.
Yeah, it is a pretty intense slow. Malignance, though, is completed for
and Vi Rumble, we even forgot, is such a strong combo.
Yeah, we saw DCG, I believe, utilizing that first.
Yeah. Especially you pair it with a Smolder ult coming down, too.
Yeah, even Karma with, an insane amount of damage.
Here we go.
Yeah, all out, number 2. But Junji is here this time. Pathmaker not going to be used, and Evie is going to be taken out. It's just a matter of time, RJ. Oh, Smite. Evie, he's living.
Wow.
Oh, okay, we've committed the cease and desist.
Yeah, well played by Evie to get the Vi ult out of him, as, you don't want Vi picking up any kills without using her ult. That makes the map very difficult to play. So Vista's here to make sure Dasher gets a shove in, and these supports have been matching each other just all game.
Yeah, but this is a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Junjia just reads the mind of Evie. He's not been top all that often. In the moment Evi's looking for an all-in. He's there to match it.
Yeah, I think RJ ultimately played as aggressive as he did because he realized he had the jungle on his side.
Yeah.
It's not really a mistake we often see RJ making. Even his solo death kind of was a surprise. You know, just how much damage was actually coming out.
Yeah, so Junjie being there stops K'Sante from running away from the lane, and maybe a bit of a bait for Maja too, who can also run away with this lane.
Yeah, Betty doing very well for himself this game. Last time we saw Smolder into Zeri, there was about a 30 CS discrepancy at this point.
Yeah.
So
just essentially even Static Shiv finished on the Zeri.
Yeah, Essence Reaver probably available in base if Betty chooses to go for it, but I'm surprised there hasn't been more pressure coming through on this bot side from Forest. He hasn't got any of the grubs. Junji has ganked top lane, and we haven't really seen any pressure onto Betty and Woody.
Yeah, I'm starting to think Talia sucks.
Well, not mid. I think she...
Yeah, jungle. Talia jungle.
Unless you're Schönfire, right?
Yeah, apparently. He got it permabanned against him. No one interested in seeing the Schönfire Talia.
I think most teams were interested in putting their best foot forward to winning.
I think SoftBank are happy to go for dragons over the grubs. If you look at PSG's lineup, no one's really shoving towers or hitting towers anytime soon this game.
Yeah, Maple, with how far ahead he is, has got himself a plate solo.
Yeah, 2 kills on Maple. This is going to be a terrifying karma in these fights.
Seismic Shove goes wide. I wonder if PSG look to fight it. Maybe you actually can, even though you have the Smolder. Getting her into a fight while you're around a karma that is this far accelerated maybe is actually good. You might not find any kills and maybe you still give over the dragon, but it's always nice to just skirmish as much as possible with the Smolder to get those stacks amplified even more.
Yeah, you do run the risk of just a disaster happening, and if you give up some kills, accelerate a Trist or Zeri, you didn't need to, but
I think SoftBank are at that risk too, just because of how strong we see Maple and Junjie as things stand.
Yeah, and this is best case scenario, honestly, for PSG. A stalemate around the dragons means that SoftBank are not going to be able to stack these up to put a timer on the Smolder, and Forrest might be in trouble here. I think he saw the Luden's bounce to Junjie, though.
Yeah, Woody finds the knock up, and down and comes the depth charge on to Betty. It's going to be followed up, lightning crash, and it's going to be Marble who's probably going to be able to find the kill. Betty somehow is alive still. Both top laners arriving. Evie's so low as well, and a flash away from RG. He will meet the same fate, but he meets a worse one, as it is going to be the kill found from Marble, and perhaps a misplaced buster shot allows the rest to get away. Betty flapping, but going to get flashed on as Dasher confirms himself yet another. And that was the risk you mentioned. It's going to be SoftBank picking up the team fight win. Marble and Dasher being the benefactors of that. Teleport now as Maple rejoins the fight. A massive Mantra Q, and Marble's taken very low. Another Mantra Q coming out. Marble's not long for this world. Vista goes down, and Dragon maybe now going to PSG.
Yeah, a little bit greedy from SoftBank. They go for everything. They go for bot shove, mid shove, and the Dragon, and they end up getting none of it and giving 2 kills back to PSG and the Dragon. So I think ultimately a win for PSG somehow. I wonder what happened to Betty that fight. How was he found by Evie at the end?
Yeah, where was he? Why was he over there? I think Evie lived on like 1 HP, and I think Betty greeted for him.
Yeah, so the fight starts out really well for SoftBank. I think Evie messed up his ulti here. I think he's going for Smolder. Betty gets away on 1 HP here, but still gets found later in the fight is surprising to me. And this Tristana ult, yeah, not quite finishing off the kill. Could have held on to that a second longer, maybe one more auto.
Oh!
Yeah, the ward. Gets Dasher's flash at least, but...
Yeah, Betty going for the kill and Evie baiting it.
Yeah. Pretty nice. They pick up the Rift Herald. Definitely didn't want a Dragon going over to PSG, who have the gold lead with a Smolder.
Yeah, and Smolder should have a lot of stacks. That fight would have given him so much. He's staying even in farm.
Yeah. Just been trading CS all lane, but you kind of saw in that fight how scary it is to be the Smolder against Zeri Nautilus. Nautilus pushes ult. Zeri's almost always going to find an angle onto you, and her damage is only going to be going up from this point. It looks like a different Zeri build than we're used to seeing, though.
Oh, PSG, they're going to win the tower race.
Yeah, it looks like first tower onto the Karma.
Void grab gap.
Yeah, sucks to not get that on the Tristana. Cull almost finished for Betty now, so PSG in a very good spot to win this game.
Yeah, 140 stacks it is, so even further ahead than he was in game number 1.
Yeah. Perfectly fine on stacks. You are just going to have to team fight into a smolder with stacks on even footing this game. So that is not going to be easy. You still probably want to look for as many fights as you can if you're SoftBank.
Yeah, you are on a much lower timer than last game.
And I think Evie is just going to sack this wave bot and let the Tristana pick it up. So team player Evie, not playing for himself, but letting his mid laner maybe catch up to Maple, who's so far ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much catching up to Maple.
Yeah. Want as much gold as you can get on the Tristana. Doesn't hurt. A lot of targets for Trist this game.
When did Maple last recall? I guess he just did. I imagine he just did.
Yeah, he probably just did. He's got 2 items. He would have recalled after he took the tower bot.
Yeah.
And
well, it's going to be another one. Junjia here to ensure they're able to take that one. Evie is up here.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken this fight.
No.
Has to be careful.
Oh.
He is so tanky, though.
Yeah, and he has Kanik, so only Junjia really should be that much of a threat. I imagine this game will force Maple to be picking up that second item. Crypt Bloom?
Yeah, bot tower traded. It feels like SoftBank are just a little behind in tempo. And
yeah,
just a
Vista's
call.
getting one shot. And, I mean, we've missed the Smolder roll, but Smolder does eventually get that kill. Teleport coming through. Evie. Archer's actually very low. Nice seismic shove, lands onto 2, and it's going to be the kill. Through comes Junjia, though, and everyone is now onto Forest. Double kill for Betty on the Smolder. The exact member of PSG you don't want getting the kills.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Aja goes down, but...
Well, Maple's going to manage a Q? No.
Dasher should be fine, and somehow PSG just managed to assemble 5 members at every fight again.
Yeah, just the Avengers.
Yeah, every single time there is a fight, we bring 5. And Marble not committing his ult that fight, I think that is going to be used exclusively on Betty. And
yeah,
Evie,
I mean, you need to have Zeri ult to ever deal with Betty. He did pick up 2 kills for himself. He's now at 182 stacks. So we are very close to pretty much being critical mass for Zeri. Sells the Cull, see what he can get. Got the entire Spear of Shojin.
Yeah, and now the Smolder is ahead of the Zeri, so a lot less threatening, these dives.
Yeah, good luck in esports.
Gold is not too bad.
There is the one sort of beacon of hope in this game for SoftBank, I assume, is just Nautilus ult, and then there is follow-up. You have a Tristana who can jump in, a Zeri who can jump in, Cassante can probably be behind them, there's a Weaver's Wall to make room. So there is absolutely ways that you can deal with the Smolder, but the problem is that Smolder might not even be the strongest person. I think Maple right now is actually who you're very worried about.
Yeah. But if you commit all that onto Maple, Smolder will just take over a fight.
It feels like there's too many threats, and there are a lot of threats onto SoftBank, but they're just more behind. Yeah. They're just not at the level that PSG are right now.
You're a full item behind on this Tristana, pretty much, who is a very high econ champ.
Yes.
TPing to mid now, and he's not as interested in the split push as Maple was last game, so he's not really going to be as big of a threat.
PSG, they might be looking for a fight even. Hex Flash being channeled, Woody not going to find an angle.
Yeah, Dragon is up.
And at least Evie can tank up these Mantra Qs.
Yeah, it does lose his entire Rook Urn to it. Yo, he's tanking those fine.
Yeah. Well, I want to see Smolder stacks. We are going to be pretty close at this point.
Yeah, he might even be there. No, not quite.
No, not quite.
And yeah, Forest constantly fishing for these shoves on the Talia.
Yeah, it can be the difference maker.
Yeah,
not easy to find though.
And I mean a hook.
Oh, I don't even know if that was landing, but
yeah, very close.
I would have been very scared as well. Losing Flash on the Karma never feels that good. At least she is a fairly safe champ.
Yeah, and how do you walk in if you're SoftBank? It feels like you're walking into the blender with this Karma, Smolder, Rumble.
Hook lands this time onto Woody. Once again, he's going to buffer it with that Pulverize. And all the damage coming through from Betty. That's going to be one. Not quite. Yes, it will. The execute's through. The stacks are online. It's a 20-minute stack game here. Once again from Betty. Airborne will go heavy. He's going to pop that all out, and Junji is going to have to flash away. Mantra Q landing, and the Q comes through. Betty with the double. Betty's going to get rocket blasted away. Buster shot, luckily, will be saving Dasher there, but it's not going to save the Baron as PSG with Betty stacks online are claiming that team fight. 7.5k damage in well less time.
It just seems the moment he hits his stacks on Smolder, he's just due for a 7k damage fight. He does it in every game, whether they're behind or ahead, and it's pretty safe to say that this one is just over at this point. They're already ahead.
This is a think about game 4 angle.
Yeah.
I mean, the gold lead's not that bad. They do still have the lockdown, but...
Yeah. Hook onto Woody, buffered again with his pull. And then you're engaging onto an Alistair. The Nautilus is going to go down a whole lot faster. Barely goes down to the Smolder dot. And, I mean, what can you do into these champs? They all have so much damage. They are so far ahead at this point. And a Smolder to top it off. Yeah, nice flash from Betty. Secures his team, the Baron.
Yeah, with my favorite ability in the game, the Achu.
Yeah. Actually does a lot of damage with the Shojin.
Yeah, it does. Just kind of does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Rapid Fire Cannon nearly finished now for Betty, and Dragon is still up and available. It remained up. Obviously, PSG choosing to take the Baron instead, and who wouldn't? We're at 21 minutes, and this is only going to be the second Dragon for either team, PSG being that team in this occasion.
And yeah, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do.
You have to assemble the Millennium Puzzle perfectly to ever hope to take out Betty at this point. And even if you do take out Betty, it's not like Arja's lacking damage or Maple's lacking damage. It feels very, very difficult. Everything has to go perfectly. We'll see. They are a very skilled team. And if you've taken down PSG in one game, that's automatic. Oh, wow. That was a Q and a W, and Forrest is due for a recall.
Yeah, that Mantra Q might have just killed him, honestly. Maple is also doing a lot of damage in these fights. He's probably going to switch to more Mantra E's at this point and just set up Betty. Because you don't really need any more damage. You saw in that last fight, Maple did 1k, didn't need to do all that much.
Well, Marble stepped 1 pixel too far up and cops the splash of Smolder and loses a substantial amount of his health. Hook lands. Vista's not going to be long for this world, though. Does use the dredge line to try and delay Betty from finding that damage. And will do so. No one's gone down just yet, but as I say that, Forrest, cease and desist, going to hit him.
Oh,
and Mantra Q does connect. Betty does get hooked, but Betty is absolutely fine. Dash is not able to find the damage, while Betty certainly can. And 2 members now dead for the side of SoftBank. In the meanwhile, on the top side, you see it on the minimap. It is Arju and Evie going at it. Not sure exactly what's going on down there. Teleport coming back from Betty as he does have that available to himself. Next is tower number 1 being looked at. Dasher and Vista with it all to do. And meanwhile, PSG, they're taking down Nexus turret number 2. Teleport's going to get cancelled. Not going to have the time to channel that up. Q comes through. Achoo! Not going to connect, so Dasher does survive. But the Nexus will not. Game number 3 in the bag. PSG now up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, and that one looked pretty easy for PSG, honestly. They were